back. That's right. We got to talk about some things. We got to talk about some real things in Husker football land. I'm your host, three-time national champ Vershan, Jack the Clairvoyant Jackson. This is the straight from the hip. We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about the sellout streak. This is the one thing that us, the fans, can control. We can't control anything on the football field, folks. It's not going to matter. That's why I listen to it on the radio. I can't destroy the radio. I could destroy the TV, but I can't destroy the radio. So, fans, don't give up. This is going to be a really packed show. We're going to talk about how do we bounce back after a loss. We're playing against Fordham. They have a really good offense. Their defense is not that good at all. So we should be able to ground and pound these guys. And offensively, the black shirts are going to have to show up. They're going to have to get turnovers. We're going to talk about my 7 keys to the victory. And I'm going to give you my prediction. What do I think is going to happen? Let's talk about a little bit, the tight end before the game. Listen, I need to see Austin Allen and my guy, the assassin from Burke, getting some balls, man. They need to catch some balls. They need to be a big part of this week's game. The linebacker core that Fordham has not. They've got a middle linebacker that's special. But other than that, they really don't have much. They have a kid, I believe, from West Side that went there on a scholarship. One of the schools, West Side, Miller North, one of those schools he's from. So, without further ado, let's talk about the sellout streak. Let's get into a little history lesson from Coach Jackson, okay? Now, it started in 1962. That means JFK was a sitting president in the White House at the time. Okay? Let me turn my bill up. 1962, folks. That's a long time ago. Okay? None of us were alive. I wasn't alive. My mom was, but, she would have been 72. Or something like that. 76, I don't know. Anyway, November 3rd is when it started and listen, you can always fact check me. Everybody's got access to Google. You know what I mean? 1971 was the 50th, because we're going to talk about milestone victories. Nebraska was number 1. We played Utah State. The score was 42-6. 1971 would have been the great Johnny Rodgers year. And I'm quite sure we won the championship that year. So now here we go. 8 years later, the 100th sellout streak, which would have been 1979. Number 6, Nebraska, 42. Number 18, Penn State, 17. Keeping on moving, 1987. 8 years later, 150 sellout at Memorial. Number 2, Nebraska played UCLA. Of course, we won that game. 1994, the 200 consecutive sellout. I happened to be there. We played Colorado. We won 24-7. That was a big game. That was a big game that year. That was a huge game that year. If you played in that game, if you were around in that game, you knew that was a big time game for us as players, the captains and the leaders of the team. It seems like, because you got to think in the 88, 89, they had Eric Bieniemy and a whole bunch of other guys at Colorado, and or 91, somewhere in there, 90, 91, 89, we was losing to Colorado a couple years back to back. So this was a big win to be able to get to beat them again from 1993. I think they had Cordell Stewart. Really good game. Okay, really good team. Pause it. All right. Had to take a little short break. Get a little water in me, you know what I mean? Shout out No Name Nutrition. water. Nothing like hydrating in the morning. First thing you should do in the morning is get you a glass of water. It gets the machine going and feeling good, you know what I mean? Of course, I always got my handy dandy notes, just so you know. Guy that takes notes or gal that takes notes is a smart person. Okay, Hot Wheels. Y'all got to give me some type of sponsor. I'm just messing around. But listen, who knows about that? Which one gives better gas mileage? Black, red guts, white or red, white guts. White guts, red or black, red guts. I like them both. Which one you like? Black shirts or the red shirts? I'm feeling that red and white, man. I mean, look at the detail down at the bottom down here, where right there. That rear wheel, it's got a skirt. Oh, that's a nice one. Somebody tell me what kind of vehicle that is. I think I just showed you, but what is that? What year? I might have a pair of shoes or something, some tickets for you. You know what I mean? Shout out to the donors for keeping the streak alive. Look, hey, listen, red carpet treatment. If you don't know, call Dr. Lawrence Chatters down there at the University of Lincoln. Listen, all the kids, families, if you are at risk or in a neighborhood, public school, whatever, they are giving away free tickets to the Nebraska game. You can go. Let's fill up the stadium. Okay? Free tickets. Take the kids. Let them get the experience of at least the ambiance of what is Nebraska footballs and the fans and why we call ourselves the best fans in the country. So fans, do not let what's going on at the University of Nebraska get you to mess that streak up, because there's a lot of streaks. To put this in perspective, and I'm going to go back through the streaks again. Matter of fact, let me do that right now. So 1987, we had the 150 sellout streak. We played UCLA. We were number 2. In 1994, keep in mind, we were number 1 in 1971. We were number 6 in 1979. In 1987, we were number 2. That was the 150th. 1994, that was a 200 consecutive. We was number 3. We beat Colorado, which was number 2, 24-7. Let's see here. 2002, we was number 8. We played Utah State. We beat them 44-13. That was the 250th in 2002. 2009, Bo Pelini. Think about this one. And keep in mind, Coach Osborne was from the 100th sellout streak for sure. I don't know when he started exactly. All the way through, who knows, close to 240. In 1997, after that game, after we left that game. I have to look at that. If you know what that answer is, put that in the comment section. Okay, so 2009, Bo Pelini, 300 sellout. We played, I believe, oh, man, that's one I didn't do. I didn't do my homework, I slipped. And then 2016 was a 350 sellout streak, which would have been Nebraska 35. We beat number 22 Oregon. So, at home, there's something about at home. What is the tradition? Look that up. Tradition. What is it? Well, if the tradition is that we keep getting sellout streaks and sellout streaks and sellout streaks, that means we haven't stopped since 1962 of selling out a home game. Here's why. Most people in the modern era that was born before or in the 60s, they watch football, and you've been selling something out, they feel a part of something that they don't want to give up. Regardless, I get it. It's been some tough times around here for the last 12 or, since 09, 10. I mean, tough times for 10 years at least. Before that, if you go back, probably 20. Oof. You got to go back to Solich. I mean, even then, it wasn't that bad. Then we got Callahan in 04. I think that's when that was the beginning of the end. North Stadium to South Stadium, South Stadium to North Stadium. The switch had begun. Anyway, so let's put this in perspective. When we celebrated the 300th win in 2009, Notre Dame, okay, which streak ended in 2019, November 21st, they went 273. Okay? It's over. It's done. It's done. We're a whole 100 ahead of them and still going. Okay? That's a state streak. That's for all of us. Maybe we need the lower ticket. No, I'm just playing. Listen, that's for everybody, all the fans. You know, I know it's tough. We got to get some things, we got to right the ship. But I think we should definitely keep the streak going. I definitely think, you know, people's emotions is tied to that streak. There was a mystique, man. We don't lose at home. I didn't start that. I got there in 1993. I would imagine that went on for a long time before I got there. So that means it was handed down from generation to generation of football players, of Husker football players. It had to be handed down. So it's important to get back to understanding what, because of the fans, because of the frenzy of the fans, because this is all we have in Nebraska. This is all we had. I'm a lifer Husker. Since I came out the womb, I wanted to be a Husker player. I was blessed to do it. But now it's not that time. The time is to keep the streak alive. We need to keep the streak alive, okay? We need to keep that going, y'all. Keep the streak going. Because you got to ask yourself, what does a sellout mean to you? What does a sellout mean to you? What does it mean to you? If you lived here, don't look at anything else, but what did it mean to you? I think that's a big thing. If you was a Husker fan and you went to games, you know, then you got to think about, let's get into some of the analytics of it. You know, you got to think, back in 2009, it brought in, meaning home games brought in $5 million worth of revenue. You play 7 games, that's $35 million. If the athletic department budget is $74 million, you only got $39 million left. We're just talking home games. So it's big for the economy in Nebraska. It's big for the city of Lincoln. It's big for the third biggest city in Nebraska on game day to be there. Another thing I wanted to let you people know is, and I said it, you people, you Husker fans, and you people, everybody is included in you people. Green Bay Packers. I should have made that a trivia question. But the Green Bay Packers have the longest sellout streak in the NFL, dating back to, can somebody tell me how long? It was before 1962, though. Lambeau Field. Think about that. Green Bay Packers have sold out. Nebraska, Green Bay, in as far as the towns, they kind of should parallel each other. It should be the towns kind of parallel each other, where all they got is Green Bay. You know, like all we have is Huskers. Now, you know, I'm not knocking anybody, but I mean, as far as what we grew up with. Creighton too, my bad. Creighton, my bad. You guys are due championship pretty quick, okay? Anyway, so somebody tell me what year the Green Bay Packers, how long have their streak been going on? How long their streak been going on? Okay, again, shout out to the donors for keeping the streak going. Remember, if you are out there and you want to go to the Nebraska game with your family and take the kids, footballers, you guys can do that free of charge. Get in the game, know the ambiance, feel the ambiance of Husker football. Still going to be a great game. Nebraska should get it done. The game should we're going to cut the red light off. Shout out to Larry. I like the red light on. Red light's good. Anyway, Now, how do we bounce back? Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. How do we bounce back from a devastating loss? There's one way to bounce back. There's more than one, but there's one specific way. Okay? You come back to practice and you practice harder. You focus harder. You play faster. One way to get that done. You put the ball in the right hand. You do the fundamentals. You do all the things that it takes to be great. When I say great, that doesn't mean you're great, like the best everything. That means that you do the fundamentals fast. You can't make mistakes in practice. You do it fast. If we play fast, we will blow Fordham out of the water, and Adrian and the boys should be sitting down by halftime. Come out the third quarter, dominate, get out of there. Let the backups have some fun. But we got to come out with energy. We got to come out ready to smack somebody in the mouth. We got to come out with business. We can't come out clowning and dancing and buffooning around. We got to come out like business. Yeah. Stop jacking around. Got to run the ball. Not around them. Not try to get to the outside. None of that. Downhill. Put Yancey in at fullback in front of Step and let him go. Downhill. Let the Hogs eat up front. They want to eat. Hogs eat. You know what they eating? Yards. Let them Hogs eat. They're hungry. Listen, have you ever seen a hog and not eat? Put some food down. He gonna eat until he busts. Sweet. Oh, you porkers. We have to run the ball, and we got to run it directly at them. Not around them, not gimmicks, right at them. They're not very good on the run. They're not very good on the run. Should be a track meet. Okay, they're good against the pass. You know why? Because they go against the pass every day, and the strength of their offense is the pass. So defensive backs, this Mill, News, Q, Cam Britt, Farmar, Mr. Farmer, you know what I'm saying? AKA Show, where you at? We got to turn up. We should have about, they put the ball up. 3, 4, 5 picks. This game. Big plays in special teams. Big plays in special teams. We got to have them. We got to have big plays in special teams. We got to have at least 2. Listen, they're not very good on punt. Might be able to get a block. Right up the gut. Got to channel your inner Baron Miles, Terrell Farley, Eric Warfield. I mean, the list goes on. I can name a couple that's done got to the ball. I think Mike Nice even maybe got to the ball once or twice. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Special teams, special players make special plays on special teams. I just made that up too. Special players make special plays on special teams. That's a 3-timers quote. I need that. Anyway, we got to block a punt. We got to do something. We got to take a kick back. You know, put Best back there and tell them to go. Run for daylight, sir. Run for daylight. Okay? Run for daylight. Again, red carpet treatment. Call down there, figure out how you could get you some free tickets. They got a lot of them. Take the whole family. It'll be an experience. I'm telling y'all. It's an experience. Shout out to the Schulers of the world that took me to help me to get my experience down there in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to the donors. We're going to get into the keys to victory. Okay? Just because I got to figure out all my, here we go. Here we go. Understand that the relationship that the fans and the connection that the fans had with me when I was a player, let's speak about me when I was a player, was phenomenal. I would come out of the tunnel and I would come last, I would want to come out last just because I got a chance to really connect with the fans, connect with the energy of the fans, the frenzy, give them high fives, you know what I'm saying, understand who they were, and that made me want to go out and play even harder, and so sometimes you can make yourself so off limits that the fans don't know who you are, and I think we have to get back to the fans understanding who the guys are. We got to fall back in love with, when I say we, I mean the football players have to fall back in love with playing for the fans, not playing for things, not playing for, the things that you can get out of football, but playing for the love, the camaraderie of each other, the brotherhood, playing for your mom, your dad, the people at home. You got things to play for. And I think when you play for those people, your brothers, your siblings, whatever that is, whatever makes you go, whatever makes you put them pads on and risk your life every day, whatever that is, you got to dig deep and figure out how you can get another 10, 15, 20% out of that guy. That means you got to dig deep. You got to dig deeper than you've ever dug before. You got to play harder than you ever played before. You got to run faster than you ever ran before. You have to be laser focused. Let me play a quote. Ready for this?
Blocking is a big aspect of this game. If you can't block, you probably won't play.
Yeah.
Unless you're
the block no rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you want to play, you have to block. And I think you just have to have that dog in you to be able to block, pretty much.
Somebody said blocking. It's a big aspect of the game. You got to have that dog in you to want to block, to want to dig deep, to want to grind it out, to want to not shut it down, not take a play off, not know your assignment. Offense, you have to be just as tough as the black shirts. There was somebody that the black shirts went against on a daily basis. For me, 2 years, it was the scout team. I don't know what it is for you. But it's also the number ones went against the number ones. The twos went against the number twos. And last time I checked, if those were the black shirts, then the red shirts had to be just as tough, if not tougher. I said it. I love all my black shirt brothers. But I said it. The red shirts was just as tough, if not tougher, than you black shirts. I said it to all of y'all. Every one of you black shirts. I ain't scared of you. Said it to all of y'all. Every black shirt, ever put it on, I said it. The red shirts was just as tough, if not tougher. Don't forget it. We made y'all. We made y'all. I can remember thinking, I had a conversation with the great Jock Allen, the greatest scout team player to ever put the pads on. And the one thing that he said was, when we used to kind of scorch the black shirts a little bit in practice and get some yardage on them. We Jock would always say, we gonna get our asses kicked because they not ready. If we blasted them like we was doing them, they ain't ready. That's what we thought. But shout out to every scout team player that ever played scout team. You should embrace it. You should embrace it. If you're on scout team, you got an important job. Your job is super important. Both ways. It's to give the defense and the offense a look. Scout teamer. Just because you're on scout team don't mean you ain't part of the team. An important piece of the puzzle. Okay. Keys to victory. Run the ball to win the game. Run it! Period. Everything will come off the run. Everything will come off of the run. Play action, everything. Whole playbook will open up. And if we're 50% of the playbook was thrown out for that little raggedy defense, odd, even, and we didn't have enough plays, and we need to go scrap the playbook, maybe pick up the Husker playbook, dog. We only led rushing for I don't know how many years, 400 and some yards. You throw for 130. Jeez, that's 500 and some yards. We're in Nebraska country, Nebraska steaks, beef, it's what's for dinner. And we're playing around, jacking around with stuff that ain't working. We need to run downhill. Get her done. That's what he say. Get her done. Get some water. We cannot turn the ball over. We can't do it. Can't turn it over. In no aspect of the game. We have to take the ball away. Defense, get after the ball. These guys are going to put it up a lot of times. We have to win the kicking game. Special teams, we got to win it. We got to win it. Okay? Number 6, Adrian Martinez has to lead and make smart decisions on the field for this offense to really go. That's what he has to do. Okay? Number 7, and probably most important, coaches have to put players on offense and defense in the best position to win. Players got to do their job, but that was everything I just read. But coaches got to put them in position to win. Period. That's why they pay y'all the big bucks. No whammies. To coach the boys. Get them coached up. Yeah. Husker football. We back, baby. We back. We are back. I'm telling y'all, we back, man. We back. We back. We are back. We gotta tweak some things, man. We gotta play a little harder. We gotta give everything we got. We gotta play the ABCs of football. That's attitude, believe, and commitment. You gotta have the right attitude to approach practice. You gotta believe that you can get it done. Believe that nobody can beat you. And you gotta be committed to the real process. You gotta be committed to everything you learned during the week on Saturday and what you learned for the last 3 years. Hey, straight from the hip, Vershan Jackson, Dr. Clairvoyant, signing off. Until next time. I don't know. I might come right before the game. I might come right after the game. Either way, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Holla at your boy, dog!